Good. Looks good.
To move anyways. You got to back it out and go up there. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, how are you? You just made my day. Okay, so as of now, there's an issue with how low the car is. We know that there's an ABC issue already, but the height of the car right now is a problem. And so I added some fluid to it, some ABC fluid, hoping that the leak is not so bad, hoping that it would still bump up a little bit so that we can clear it. But unfortunately, it poured right out. As soon as I put it in, it started dripping right out. So there is a major leak here, and I'll figure out how bad it is, but I bought this car with the intent of doing a coilover swap, so that's what we're going to do. We're not going to keep playing around with this. Man, that stuff stinks. Very slow, very slow. Very slow. Is that me moving it or you? Very slow, very slow. Very slow. Very slow. Turn this way. You're fine. Don't lift up on it. I don't want you to hurt the fender. Just go ahead and pull it back, Brandon. You're fine. state, bro.
Nasty, bro.
It's that anthracite, not anthracite.
It ain't black, but
one black is, yeah.
Smell ABC fluid. Inside is very clean. How does your push start work?
As crispy as yours. I can already tell there's a few differences. They put different mirrors on this one. The 03, they had different mirrors. This is different. The size of the mirror is different.
Okay, so the SL55 is now up and running. I don't have it completely dialed in and fully adjusted yet, but the coilovers are installed. There you go. It is now off the ground, so to speak. When it arrived off the tow truck, the tires were touching the fender all the way around. Now the AMG is back up and running, and I just have to make the final adjustments. Get everything tightened down and get the deafening settings correct. I keep the preload kind of loose until I make sure that the height is how I want it to be. It's just about there. I have to make a little bit of adjustment on the driver's side. Lower the rear corner about 1/4 of an inch, and then raise the driver's side front about 1/4 of an inch for it to be even all the way around. Now, when you make an adjustment on one side or one corner, drop it and take a look at it. Sometimes that affects the other corners of the car. If I raise this back corner right here, it's going to have an effect on the front passenger. If I lower this corner, it's going to have an effect on the front passenger. Same thing here. If I adjust this one, it's going to have an effect on that back corner, and it will slightly affect this one. So when you make these adjustments, just do one wheel at a time is what I'm trying to say. Don't adjust a whole bunch at the same time, and you're going to be working against yourself oftentimes. So just do one corner at a time, drop the car. I prefer to move the car a little bit forward and back, get in it, move it, get out, and see how it settles. Now, after the installation, it does take, within a few months, I say, it does settle again. Now, it'll probably drop 1/8 of an inch, if that. But it does eventually, over time, the coilovers will relax a little bit. And so whatever settings you have it at, you won't notice much difference, but the car will settle down slightly. And that's just with any kind of strut assembly with a spring. Over time, when it's brand new, once you use it for a while, they do settle. These are, again, the Swift springs that I have installed on here because I went with the top notch for performance because this is an AMG and I do like to drive. I do like to maneuver my vehicle at excessive speeds. So within the speed limit, of course. So that being the case, I chose to go with the best spring. Also, my experience with this spring will allow me to, with experience, explain the difference to be able to either justify you buying it or not buying the additional $400 for the Swiss springs. So there you go. I have another car that just came in today. Where is it at? It's up there. It's an SL55 that needs some work. You see, somebody bought some coilovers from me, but he had somebody else do the installation for less than what I charge. But unfortunately, that installation, well, you got what you pay for. So there's some issues associated with this installation. So I have to go in and do some work on that for him. It's not the coilovers, it was the installer, right? So there's nothing wrong with my coilovers. These coilovers that I sell are great options, great modification. So let's see. I'm gonna finish up on this and then I'll go ahead and get that car together. So I recommend if you're doing coilovers, if you're getting rid of the ABC, you're gonna go the adjustable coilover route, make sure that you have a mechanic that knows what he's doing. Most of the time, they have done these before, usually with Strutmaster. When you have adjustable coilovers, it is a little different. You have to understand coilovers and how to adjust them when it comes to installing adjustable coilovers. And so Silver's Neomax to me is the best for the SL. BC Racing does have some coilovers, but more people use the Silver's Neomax than the BC Racing. Do not use Strutmaster. No matter what the shop tells you, do not use Strutmaster. You will not be happy. You cannot make the height adjustments. You cannot make the dampening settings. And so however it comes is how it is. There's nothing you can do about it. All right, so let me go ahead and finish doing what I'm doing here. I am very happy. The previous owner really gave me a good deal on this car. It only has 78,000 miles. It is an SL55 with the Alcantara headliner. Now my silver one did have that panoramic roof, which is super dope. This one does not have it, but I don't care. This is nice. Less miles, better condition than my silver one. I sold my buddy the silver one. You never know. I might get that back one day and throw it on the market because he has a lot of cars. And so even though he's impressed by the power of the SL55, there's a few things that he wishes were a little different regarding the interior. He doesn't like that light gray. He wishes it had the black interior. I did buy the black seats that I gave him with the car. But all in all, he's a heavily, he really modifies his vehicles and customizes them. He does extreme stuff. So you never know. He might keep that and might redo the interior. He might leave it the way it is. It is super clean. He got the seats detailed. He got the seats actually repaired and detailed. It's really a nice car now, nicer than when I had it. But you never know. He goes through cars like I go through underwear. You know what I'm saying? So I might get that car back one day. And if so, you'll know about it. I'll make a video about it. But yeah, I'm very happy with this install, though. I took my time on this one because this is my personal vehicle. There's no rush. When people come from out of town, they typically stay in a local hotel that's about 2 miles, 3 miles away from here. And so I make sure that I get the coilover job done within 2 days. In this case, I didn't have to really rush because, again, my personal vehicle. So I took my time doing it. I took several days to do it. No rush, you know what I'm saying? But now that I have some other cars that's coming in, I got to start getting this stuff done so I can make some room around this month. But yeah, I'm happy though, very happy. Anytime I do these coilover jobs, man, whoever owns the vehicle is much happier and cares less about ABC. Once the ABC is gone, you don't think anything else about it. ABC is great when it's working. When it's not working, forget about it. All right. So let me go ahead and finish this job right here, man. I got more work to do. I'll take some more videos. I'll add to this video once I have this fully adjusted and pulled out. All right. My dream car has finally come true. Yeah, I already had a silver SL55, and now I have a black one, and guess what? This black one has coilovers. Yeah, I removed all the ABC, and now I have coilovers on a 2003 SL55 with only 78,000 miles. I am so happy and excited. I am stoked about this find because I was able to get it at a reasonable price because the ABC suspension was gone. It was, you know, it was out of commission. And the owner did not want to continue to put that kind of money into it. He had already put money into it previously. And this car was becoming more expensive than what he wanted to pay. Now, this guy has a lot of money, but still, he didn't want to keep putting money into this car because at the end of the day, he bought a convertible SL55 to be able to drop the top and drive it whenever he wants. Not have to worry about the suspension failing and having a tow truck on speed dial. That's not why he bought this car. Everybody buys these cars for different reasons. Some people buy these cars because they want to preserve it and keep it as original as possible. I don't buy these cars because of that. I appreciate them for their German engineering and their power. And the price is so appropriate. You cannot buy a 500 horsepower hardtop roadster that is this powerful for anywhere near what these SL55 sell for. Besides an SL55, something that's reliable and as powerful and as beautiful, as unique, and a body style that never outdates, but instead only gets more beautiful as it ages. The ABC suspension is a plus, but it's not a must. You understand what I'm saying? It's a plus, but not a must. Now I own a SL55 with the most reliable suspension that I don't ever have to worry about failing when I'm out on a date with my wife. Yeah, I can take this thing to California, and you know what won't fail is that suspension. Now this one right here in particular, the top has already had all the work done to it so that the valves or whatever those things are called, the cylinders, have all been replaced. All of them. I think he said there's 11 of them in total. All of them have been replaced. So that gives me even more reassurance as to the reliability of this car. Yes, I now have a SL55 with coilover suspension. Now I had to clean this thing up because I just got finished with the swap. And there's a lot of grease and oil and you know, the hydraulic fluid, it's all over the car. Matter of fact, you see this car came from Florida, from Orlando, Florida. When it failed, it shot fluid all over this side of the car. And so it left all this residue. This car was always hand washed and waxed. But when that thing exploded, it shot fluid all over the side while on the highway. And so that stuff never got washed off, and so it kind of left a residue type stain. Now, it'll wash off. But what I'm saying is this guy who owned this car, the previous owner, was a very prestigious gentleman. You know, he likes nice things and he takes good care of himself and his family and his wife. And so for him to have such a beautiful car and then for it to fail like that while on the highway, I believe is what he said. I mean, that sucks. That sucks. You get into such a beautiful car, man. You dressed up real nice, go out on a night on the town, and then you can't even make it home safe in your SL55. You have to get a ride because it failed, the suspension that is. That's the weakest thing about this car is the suspension. The second weakest thing about the suspension is the convertible top. They've both been repaired, one permanently, and the convertible top, I'm sure it won't have an issue for a long time, if ever again. So I'm happy. This is 03, it's 2023, so it's 20 years old. And look how beautiful this thing still is. So I cannot wait to put my finishing touches on it. I had plans. This grill is coming off. I already have a all black, gloss black grill that's going in its place. I have this piece right there. Also, the wheels will be customized, of course. I will pull those off. In these rear tires anyways, I break traction as soon as I touch the pedal. Besides the fact that it has a lot of horsepower, the rear tires really are low. And they have little cracks developing right there. 285, 35, 18s. These factory staggered 18s are nice. People who love the original look of this car, they'll kill me for those wheels. And so I'll probably post them, I guess. I don't know. I'll do something with them. But those will be replaced with aftermarket wheels. I don't have to worry about the suspension dropping ever again. So I don't have to worry about the tires catching the fenders upon failure. So I'll be able to do a radical wheel option like I did on my previous one. It'll be staggered or wide body, whatever. I mean, not wide body, but a wide stance. These are very beautiful cars, but to me, I think these look pretty narrow when the wheels are kind of tucked up under the fender. It's cool, but not really my cup of tea. You know, it's factory, it's cool. But you know what I'm gonna do, right? So So yeah, this is gorgeous, man. The interior is clean. Let me go ahead and wipe this thing down, give it a good bath, and wipe off all my fingerprints, my hydraulic fluid fingerprints that's all over the car and on the interior. Time to clean this bad boy up. I'm happy. If I just took it for a spin, it drives real well. I like it. I love it. And I like the way it sits also. I think the gap right now on the wheels is appropriate. That's like the lowest height when ABC was functional. Maybe slightly lower. But when I put 20-inch wheels on here, I think that'd be perfect. So I don't really want it dropped or slammed, but I do like it a little bit lower than ABC. So this is nice, man. This is nice. This is nice. Yeah, baby. For me, coilover swaps is the only way to go. Adjustable coilovers, Silver's Neomax. That's what I do. That's what I buy on my own. That's what I recommend that you buy. Now these have the Swift spring, so it's going to be even better than the standard spring. Spend a little bit more money, but it's worth it. They cost $400 more, but I feel like I'll be able to tell the difference. Most people won't, but the way that I drive, I'll be able to tell the difference. I also need to put a spoiler on here. I want to put a little wing on there. And just like my other ones, like my other cars that are AMG, I always put the gold AMG badges on there, like right there on the hood and on the steering wheel. So I'll do the same thing with this. I already have the emblems. Now, like I said, I gotta get some wheels for this thing. I'll also switch out a little marker light. They used to sell the clear ones, but now you can't find them anymore. I'll put the tinted ones on there, that's fine. I already have those too. So this is gonna be a nice car, man, when I'm done with it. I really wish I had the clear because it does match those. But with the AMG, the tinted ones match the tail lights, so I'm happy with that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a carbon fiber like the other one. The carbon fiber actually matches this perfect. You know, I know it's sitting on black, and this is that AMG black, the Obsidian black, but a little contrast, it wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt. Also, tinted windows, gotta do that. I'll get the dark tinted windows, they'll be black. This thing's gonna look like a black bullet when I'm done with it. It's gonna be very beautiful. Still, I'm not certain what wheels I'm putting on here, but you know they're gonna be nice. You know my style. All right, any questions, hit me up. Go to Element Autoworks, I'm out. What's up, everybody? This is Brandon Green, owner of Gold Element Autoworks LLC. Right now, I am driving in Cincinnati, Ohio on the highway. I am driving my 2003 SL55. I recently got rid of the ABC suspension and I installed the Silver's Neomax adjustable coilovers. I use the Swift springs. I have it adjusted pretty firm and this thing feels incredible. This is a very high performance vehicle. I did not use sway bars. This car feels excellent. The adjustable coilovers do not take away from the handling or performance of this car. What you lose by going from ABC to coilovers, you gain in reliability and, of course, being more in tune with your car and its characteristics. You see, active body control hides what your car is actually doing by advanced computer and mechanical technology. It is an excellent system when operating properly, when it is functioning the way it is intended to function, but when it fails, you are dealing with all aspects of failure, and it will ruin your day and oftentimes your pocketbook. Now, for those who like to maintain and do everything themselves and fix it themselves, you can do it and you can keep it on the road and keep ABC working. But for those who drive their cars and want reliability, ABC unfortunately does not provide that. It does provide comfort. It does do things that the typical suspension does not do. But most people who own these cars understand that they have lost a lot of value because of the issues, the problematic suspension being number one. Number two is the convertible top. Now this car that I'm driving, like I said, it's had the adjustable coilovers already installed. I did that myself last week. and the convertible top, all I think 11 cylinders have been replaced. So it's already received the work that it needs in order to be reliable. This is a very, very, very reliable, stable, and excellent handling vehicle. So I suggest anyone who's having issues with their ABC, seriously consider adjustable coilovers. You won't be disappointed. Just make sure that you have a qualified technician or mechanic, or if you're doing it yourself, make sure that you do it the right way. Watch my many videos. I have tons of videos explaining different tips and tricks and things to avoid. My very first video that I did doing a coilover job took a very long time. I did everything the hard way. I followed Strut Master's recommendation on changing out coilovers, and it was not the easy way. If you watch my later videos, it shows exactly how to do it, the most effective way to do it, how to adjust them before you put them on and after you put them on. So take heed, guys. If you're having issues with your ABC, seriously consider Silver's Neomax adjustable coilovers. You will not be disappointed. I say it again, you will not be disappointed. Thank you.